All right. So this is a mock interview. Okay. So my name is Brandy, and I'm a social worker, or I'm master's in social work. And so how are you?
Good.
Good. And
Yep.
your name is William Woodyard.
Yep.
And what do you go by, or how would you like to be greeted by?
I like to be called Jake.
Okay. All right, Jake. So what's the purpose of this interview, or what's the purpose of this session? What are we going to talk about today?
My work and the union.
Stress at work and the union. Okay.
Yeah.
So first, let's talk about confidentiality, and I have to go over that since we're having this session. So confidentiality exceptions that I would have to report is harm to self or others. If there's any talk about money laundering or acts of terrorism or drug trafficking, child protection issues, or obligations to disclose. Do you understand all that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So, so we're gonna talk about. You said you wanted to talk about stress at your work and with the union. So can you tell me more about that?
Well, I mean, we pay union dues, and I don't think that they help us out at all by paying our union dues, so it's stressful.
So you feel you're frustrated because the union doesn't help you, even though you pay the union dues.
Right.
Right. So with the union dues, how long have you been working at your job?
12 years.
And how long you been in the union?
12 years.
So what brought all this about?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's been going on for a while, but when we put our first grievance in for our equal pay, they brushed it off like they didn't care because it wasn't benefiting them.
So you felt overlooked. You felt like the union overlooked you.
I don't know if it's overlooked. I just think it's frustrating because if it doesn't benefit them, then they don't care about it. But if it benefits them, like if they was getting raises, then they would go into it more.
Right. Okay. So you're frustrated because the union, you paid the union dues, and they're not helping you.
Is that correct?
Okay. So have you reported this? I mean, I'm guessing you talked to the union, the president, and talked to them, and
Yeah, I mean, we talked to him, but I feel like the union president's on our side, but our union rep, that's from a bigger company, well, from a bigger part of the union, I don't think he has our best interest. He fails us.
so that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very frustrating. It is. I mean, it's you see other people get paid more money than you, and then you gotta come into work and do more work than they do, and they get paid a lot more than you. That's so frustrating.
Right. So so there's people that's doing less work.
But I had the same job title and get paid more.
Yeah, that would be frustrating, and that would make me kind of angry, honestly. Does that make you upset? Does that make you, I mean, how does that make you feel?
I mean, extremely mad about it. I mean, we got 4 other code enforcement officers that, they're all upset about it. We've been fighting this for at least 8 months now, and we have no progress. And the union guy, our union rep, he just doesn't acknowledge us, and we call him and he doesn't answer. Well, our union president, though, he actually does pretty good, but he can't do nothing without the union rep.
Okay. So it's like there's a lot of people involved, and a lot of a lot of people you have to go through to get anything done in the union, sounds like.
Yeah, when you do a grievance, it's 3 steps, and we're just stuck at the third one. We've been stuck there for like 2 months, and that's because there's a process, and you have to follow through other union members. Like, you gotta go through, I mean, we report it to, well, it's also like a discriminant act, so technically it should have went to our human resource lady, then to the mayor, but they do it differently. That's not in the city. The city, what do you call that? I think it's like the codes of city or something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to go to human resource before it goes to the union, but because it's a discriminatory act, but they don't really care. So we're stuck at the third grievance. I mean, the third process of the grievance, and I mean, they just keep making meetings and then cancel them all the time. So that's very frustrating, because I mean, we want to be treated equally like everybody else.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So you want to be treated equally. You want the same equal pay, since you do the same amount of work, or you're the same you're put in the same category as the rest of the employees, and you're not getting that. So that does get kind of frustrating, correct?
Yeah, I mean, when you pay $50, I mean, a month for 12 years, and they don't show you no type of leadership or, control of the situation, and they give you a piece of paper to say, pretty much to say that they're not responsible for it, that you can get your own lawyer. I mean, that's discouraging, because they're supposed to be our backbone, and they're not.
And you're talking about the union being discouraging, since you
union.
pay them a monthly fee to represent you when something like this happens, and now they're not. And so you all had to go, you and the other code enforcement had to go out and get your own attorney to help fight to get the equal.
Trying to get the equal pay.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does get kind of frustrating and overwhelming and stressful, on top of still having to probably see these people daily.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to, I mean, it's not hard for me, because I guess I'm different than everybody else, but like the other code enforcement treat the housing inspectors, that's code enforcement officers, differently, because they get paid more. So then it makes the whole system and the whole, teamwork hard to deal with, because there's tension in the room. You know what I'm saying? But
so how do you deal with that tension in the room?
I'm usually pretty good with it, but the other code enforcement officers are not so good with it, because, I mean, even though I'm mad about the situation, I try to still treat everybody equally. But the other code enforcement guys, they won't speak to them or socialize with them, or if they need help with a project or something, they won't help them.
Which that makes it harder on you.
No, I don't makes it harder on me. It makes it harder for the group, because I mean, we all pretty much need each other. And then when 3 other code enforcement guys ain't helping the other 2 housing inspectors, there's a gap there that makes everything harder.
So it becomes kind of a little bit of a hostile situation.
Yeah.
Because everybody isn't working together as a team when it should be working together as a team.
Right.
Makes it hard.
Yeah.
So have they said anything? Has anything been resolved, or?
No. I asked the union president, like a couple of days ago, and they keep saying that one certain person is on vacation, so it ain't gonna get resolved for a while. Because every time I ask, a different person's on vacation. So I just think they're just, just making this drag out.
Prolonging it.
Yeah.
Prolonging it until either, do you think maybe they're prolonging it till somebody gives up, or just prolonging it because they don't know what to do?
No, I feel like the city manager is he likes to play these type of games because he done it before on the first one, and this is the second one. And then in that meeting that he had, he pretty much said that he was pretty much better than us. So, and that if we wanted to, I mean, the fight was going to lose this battle anyway. So we just took it upon ourselves to try to get our own lawyer just to show them that we ain't gonna back down from their bullying, from pretty much them bullying us.
Right. Yeah. So you all felt like they were bullying you all. So that you felt like that the city was bullying you all, so you all took it out of the union and took it to your own.
We tried to take it out of the union to everything, but then the court system said that we had to go back to the third step of the grievance that they keep canceling on us. That's frustrating. And so now we're back to, I mean, square three pretty much, because now we got to wait on the third processing. And every time we ask about the third process of the grievance, they keep telling us that the lawyer's on vacation, or they'll say the city manager's on vacation, or he's sick. So I mean, it just keeps prolonging our little meeting.
So that gets kind of overwhelming.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
overwhelming and stressful, and
it's definitely stressful because everything in the world is going up in prices, and we're still, to me, we're below average of what we should be getting paid. I mean, you go to the gas station, gas is going up, our pay ain't going up, so therefore we gotta, I mean, pretty much collect pennies just to try to make it for the next day.
so it's frustrating because the economy's going up, but pay's not going up.
Yeah, well, the union workers' pay ain't going up, but the administrative side, money keeps going up. That's why it's so much frustrating, because they keep getting raises and we don't get no raises.
So anybody in the union's not getting raises, but if you're outside the union, you're getting raises.
Right.
And so
because we're in because we have a contract for every 2 years, but still don't think that's fair because they get raises. Like they'll make a deal with us on money wise, but then when it comes to after we agree to our contract, the city will get like 3 raises before we get another contract.
So I see. So you're frustrated because the union isn't fighting for you all to give you all your raises, but you pay the union to fight for you all. But the people that aren't in the union aren't, the people that aren't in the union are getting those raises. So you and your union guys are kind of frustrated, and stressed because the economic wise is going up, gas prices are going up, food's going up, everything's going up, and your guys' pay's not going up. So that makes it overwhelming and stressful and frustrating, and
yeah, especially when you have a family.
Little angry. Do you get?
I mean, we get angry because the administrative tries to bully us, and then again our union doesn't give us no type of backbone. And I mean, I really think that our union rep is pretty much incoherent because he used to be administrative. So I feel like he has a friendship there that, that's why he doesn't care, because he has a friendship with administrative people and he doesn't want to break that friendship with them. So then he just
like a buddy system.
Yeah, they have a buddy system now. He's our union rep, so he just doesn't care about us. I mean, he act like he does to save. To me, it's called save face, but in reality, he doesn't, because we have so much paperwork showing that they're wrong, and that's what the process we're at now.
Right. Okay, so let me summarize this. So there's some frustration, some stressful, some hostile little bit between the union, you guys, about the situation going on with the union. You pay your dues. You don't feel like they support you all enough to fight to get you all raises, even though, the people that aren't in the union are getting raises. So you all had to kind of go out from the union and get your own help, and then now they're telling you to go back to these steps that you got to do to, and it's been like 8+ months, and
Right.
so it's kind of frustrating and waiting game.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when they create non-existing jobs to give people a lot more money than us without giving us a raise. When they give, like months ago they gave the fire chief, she retired, and they gave her a position that was created just so she could make more money. The job is kind of pointless. We don't need it at the city, but they just want to do something nice for her, which is pretty insane when they say they don't have a budget for it,
Right. So the guys that are still there working, you all are looking in, which is, it's nice for them to do something for her, but it would be nice for them to do something for the people that are still working. And
I just feel like administrators are stealing all the money. I think they're getting all the money while the hard-working workers don't get paid anything, while the people that sit behind the desk are making so much money when they shouldn't be making that much money.
Right. I understand. I would be frustrated, and and after putting all those years into, you said you've been there 12, 13 years with the city?
No, it's like 11, 12. But it's frustrating when people say you're a friend, but then they stab you in the back, because these union guys have been with me for 12 years. And we always had a good friendship bond, but I feel like they try, but they don't try hard enough. They signed up to be our union president and vice president, but then they listen to our union rep. They, again, to me is irrelevant, because he is to be administrative, and that's a conflict of interest.
Right. So do you kind of feel betrayed?
Oh, definitely. Not just me, we all feel betrayed.
Betrayed due to, them being your friend at one time, and then they get in the union, and then they don't help you guys out. They
Right.
just kind of...
But not only that, it was like, for example, we're about to start negotiations, and we had this guy that's in negotiations. Now that we have this lawsuit with the city of Huntington, there's supposed to be a vote when we do votes. We voted him in, and we had to have a union meeting, and that's for everybody. So they did an emergency meeting and voted him out, and they said that it was too close to negotiations, that they couldn't actually schedule a meeting for the whole union board. You know what I'm saying? The body of the union. So they took it amongst themselves and had like a 5-person vote when it should have been all the 80 people, and he got voted out because they're mad at code enforcement officers because we're fighting, and they're not what they supposed to be doing.
So that would be frustrating. It'd be frustrating I feel like you feel that they've pinpointed code enforcement, which makes it frustrating for you all.
Yeah, since we stepped up and started fighting against the union and administrative, we have definitely been discriminated against. So that is kind of frustrating on both sides. The union discriminated against us. Our union rep, City Hall, they have all are doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
So discriminating, you feel like you're being discriminated since you all stood up for yourselves to get more pay or to get a raise.
It's not really about raises. It's about being equal and having the same opportunities as everybody else has.
Right.
We'd be fine if the other 3 code enforcement officers that was in administrative got paid the same as us, but it's not fair that we do more work and they got the same job title and they get paid more. It's frustrating, but it's also like everybody needs to be equal. By law, we all should be paid the same. It's the law, and they can't comprehend that. That's why we're trying to get this lawsuit.
Right. All right. Well, we're running out of time, So if you don't have anything else to say, I guess I'll see you next week, and we can talk more about it. That's okay? You got anything else to say?
No, that's pretty much it.
Good.
Yep.
All right, I'll see you next week.
All right.